has some form of entertainment. Okay, so we're live. Here we go.
That's great.
You know, he's been taking care of me like for the whole week, and I know that he's enjoying a break. So let's
That's great.
probably my favorite aspect of marriage. Never have to be by yourself when you're sick.
Yeah.
Okay,
That'll. Um. Okay.
so I kind of just started a little bit. I think two is just A. Because brand names of cars are names, and telephone numbers
Categorical.
countable. Yep.
3. Students in an introductory statistics class at BYU, Idaho were studying prices of cold cereal at grocery stores in Rexburg. To get a sample of cold cereal prices, they went to Albertsons and rolled a die to decide which box, the left top shelf, they would start on. They then recorded every sixth after the first, moving from left to right down the shelves, recording the name, size, and price of each cereal in their sample. Is this study an experiment or an observational study, and why?
An experiment because the students have control over which sampling method they use. This is, what's that one called again? Like every take one.
It's a systematic sample.
There you go. I think it's A.
Yeah, I think it's A too.
A?
Yeah. Because they didn't have control over which cereal boxes. That wouldn't be an experiment anyways because that's not a simple random sample. If you had control over which ones.
Yeah.
So, 4 then?
Yeah. Sorry. For Math 221 project, one group of students studied the ages of students on the BYU Idaho campus. A random sample of n equals 100 students. The sample mean was 21.2, and the sample standard deviation was 2.61. An excerpt of their data was given below. The group notices an error in their data. The age of one of the females, ID 3, is incorrectly. He is actually 21 years old. When the error is corrected, what will happen to the sample median?
It'll
And it'll
increase.
increase.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It would stay the same. The
No.
median, that's the one in the middle.
Yeah. But it would still move. So from being below the middle to above it, wouldn't that change what the median might be?
Yep.
Yeah, because you're going from a range of 12 to on that graph 21. So if you change that 12 to a 21, now you're going from 18 to 21 on that graph.
Does that make sense? We're not talking about like an average, but like if they were all in a row, then instead of being below the median or affecting that, it would be above it. So a different number might fall in the middle.
Well, we don't actually
Yeah.
have the median, do we?
Huh?
Do we have the median?
No, because there's 99 samples, and so
We don't have the data, do we, to actually determine if it would actually affect the median? They've given us the mean, but they haven't given us what the median is. I don't know.
technically we wouldn't know for sure, but we're taking a lower value and sticking it more towards the top.
No, I
If you think of
understand
it
that.
if you think of it in terms of like a tape
That's not a
measure,
response. I don't like questions like this.
I know.
Okay.
Do we want to put it's not possible to determine and then argue with her if
Do we get 2 tries for this?
have a good response?
so I remember this question. This question has been on our previous quizzes.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what was the correct answer.
Well, guys, we have 2 attempts at this test. Let's just go on. If we get it wrong, we can try a different one.
Okay.
Because we have 2 attempts. So just make a note that you guys will go back and finish this again later, I guess, on our own. But this first time. So I'm going to put it's not possible to determine without the full set of data. Does that sound good? I can tell you guys are determined to figure it out right now, though. So.
So tired. I'm sorry.
Pick me off.
Text by Ashlyn.
Yeah, I think she's back already, though.
Okay, it like kicked me off Google Hangout, but I just went on. So
No, you're good.
Okay, let's go to 5.
Okay. So we're going to say the median will increase?
No, data. That one's
Okay.
more arguable because it is the median, and we only have the first 4 and then the last.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because
because
the
I know
mean we
it's,
can always
I
say
know
will
the
increase.
would increase,
Because,
Exactly.
but yeah. I know the mean would increase, but if it was, I think if it was
okay,
anything,
so for 5, the time to complete a standardized exam at the BYU Idaho Testing Center is approximately normal, with a mean of 70 minutes and a standard deviation of 10. Using the 68, 95, 99, 7 rule, approximately what percentage of students will complete an exam in under 50 minutes? 2.5, right?
How did you get that?
Yeah, how do you...
So standard deviation is 10. So 2 standard deviations to get to 50 would put you at 95. Now 95 includes bookends, so then you cut that in half to get the low end. So that 5% and a half would be 2.5, right?
I think we actually have to solve for the z-score and then put that in, and then just do. I think you have to get a z-score. So, how many people do we have? Do we have an N for that?
No. This one I think is just to figure out.
Oh wait. It says give your answer. It's a percentage sign afterwards. Though. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So wouldn't it be 68.0 then? Like we're using the 68, 95, 99 rule.
So 1 standard deviation away. So anything between 60 and 80, right? 10 minutes. So 60 minutes and 80 minutes would be 68% of the data would fall between 60 and 80, correct? Does that make sense? This is following a normal deviation, or a normal distribution, whatever, right? Does that make sense? So anything between 50 and 90, which would be 2 tens away on either side.
oh, yeah, no, okay, I was thinking 55. Yeah, no, that's right.
Okay, so then to get 50, below 50 would be half of that extra 5% that's outlined, right? So we would say 2.5.
But it says percentage. So do I have to convert that to a percentage?
Well, that would be 2.5%. Because
Okay.
68 is a percent, 95 is a percent, and 99.7 is a percent.
So look, we're gonna put 2.5%.
That's what I'm gonna do.
So what's the final answer?
Does that make sense, though?
Hey, Dad, you just have a math.
Yeah, wait, so sorry, what are you putting 2.5?
2.5.
No, that made sense to you, Matt.
You have to go really slow and talk to me like I'm 5 when you get into your like math brilliance. So
Sorry.
I'm catching up. No, it's perfect. We
That go really, really easy, and other ones are just like, wait, what?
it's good. We're a good team.
Okay.
Okay, so 2.5.
Okay. The scores on the LSAT or the LSAT are approximately normal, with mean of 150.7 and standard deviation of 10.2. Quinnis School of Business in Kingston, Ontario, requires a minimum LSAT score of 157 for admission. Find the 35th percentile of the LSAT scores. Give your answer accurate to 1 decimal point. Use the applet.
So we need a Z-score.
Uh-huh.
Can you give me some computer paper?
0.35, enter. And we want the 35th percentile,
Yeah.
which will give us negative 0.935 in the applet.
What is it?
Negative 0.935.
Negative 925.
Negative 0.935. So negative 0.935.
I don't know why that was so hard for me to hear. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay.
Is that for 6? Sorry, we've got a storm coming in and it disconnected me.
Is there around to one decimal
I don't know. Enjoy it. Huh?
It says surround a 1 decimal place.
That's the Z-score. And so the question itself is find what number that is.
So then we need to plug in the area ourselves that I thought, right? Yeah, so if you put the area,
This is like really old stuff that we used to study, like a long time ago.
Are we on 6?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm just going to have to go through my lessons and make sure I do this right, I guess.
Select it. So if we need to put it in 1 decimal spot, my notes say type in the percentile number in decimal form in the area. Do that. We have to do just one side of it. So I think the answer is actually 0.385, negative 0.385, and then we would just round that to 4, negative 0.4. Because if it's in the 35th percentile, my notes say that you put the percentile and decimal form in the area box, and that you only highlight the section that is below the line because it's the 35th percentile.
What lesson are you in for your notes?
Well, I just took note of lesson 5, part 2 is what I wrote down. Converting sort of probability, and it's just something I wrote down because I was having a hard time with the applet, remember back then? And I just wrote down type in the percentile number in decimal form in the area box. But the nature of percentiles is that it's below that point, you know? So just we would only be highlighting the area below the line, because anything above that line would be higher than the 35 percentile. So, and then we're only rounding to 1 decimal place, so negative 0.385 would actually be negative 0.4. Right?
I'm completely zonked. I'm trying to find
No,
the.
I vaguely remember that, but just putting in the percentage.
I feel
Yeah,
like I need like
shading below. I'm like 99% sure I'm right.
What do you get for your answer?
Negative 0.385, but we round to 1 decimal place, so it would be negative 0.4.
But what's that in an LSAT score? Isn't that what the answer that they want? They want the LSAT score that's at the 35th percentile?
So with the negative 0.385, what would we use that as then? That's our z-score. Would we just solve for that backwards?
I think so.
Okay, so let's do that. So x equals 150.7 plus the parentheses, the negative 0.385 times 10.2. And that should be the answer.
So times what?
So it's going to be 150.7. Oh, no, don't do that part yet. So it's going to be negative 0.385 times 10.2 plus 150.7. So it's 147.1. Right? Because the z-score is x equals mu
How
plus.
did you figure out your z-score? Because if you go to the 35th percentile on the applet, it gives you negative 9.35.
No. You were doing 5 percentile, so you're not going to shade both sides. You're only going to shade below. So there should only be one area shaded.
0.35. So negative 3.85.
Yeah, but it's negative.
Gotcha. No, you're right.
Okay.
Negative 3.85. So you multiply that times the standard deviation.
Yep, and then you add in the mean, which was 150.7.
Oh boy.
We did it.
Huh?
We did it. We can move on to 7. Is everyone good with that? 140.
Okay, sorry.
So you did. So
Wait,
you
so
got
what did you get for-
146.773.
No, that's not what I got.
So negative 0.385 times 10.2.
Yeah. Yeah, you're at 146.773, so it would be 146.8. I would do that again. Yeah. So, on to number 7.
Okay, so number 7. Um,
So I think it's skewed right.
right?
Yeah, skewed right.
Oh. We probably wouldn't be able to be sure, though. We don't know if that's different data. Right?
Technically, I guess.
Yeah, because it was skewed right with 70.
Yeah, with 70. And so, like, our n equals 2, are we taking 2 from the far left-hand side or the far right-hand side of the graph?
That's true. So we cannot be sure until we examine the data.
Unless we actually look at it.
That's what I was thinking.
I think we should just tell her that you should never do n equals 2. It's against, like, everything. I don't think that applies to any of the n rules. Or the CLT.
I got a text from Ashlyn. She said, can you send me another invite?
Okay, I'll send another invite. Oh, she's here.
Oh,
What?
never mind.
Oh, I just got back.
Okay.
I'm having so many problems. I'm like want to throw my computer.
Yeah.
You guys just want to save it for later and then text around and see if we can do it another night?
I guess so. When this is due.
Would you guys want to get together in like a couple days when we're getting ready to take the exam?
When is this thing due? Thursday?
This is due. I can save for later, right? And come back.
Yeah.
Saving for later.
Okay, so we're saving it for later.
So this is due Thursday, and the exam isn't until next week.
Yeah, the exam's
it's
next
not
week.
this week. Okay, so can we all get together on Thursday?
I work Wednesday and Thursday night this week.
I can't do anything. I'm sorry.
Well, let me go
We're
ahead.
saving for later. I know. Yeah.